My name is Lewin.
Reis Mendes.
And we've written down some discussion points about our development of the sound from the home performance to the Arts Depot.
In these notes, we have written down things that we have introduced into the Arts Depot performance and things that we didn't introduce, and we're going to discuss this now and explain our reasons for why we did this.
The one thing that we kind of kept the same was the bell sound. We kept the sound the same, but where it was played and how long it was played was actually changed. The alarm sound that played at the beginning originally, we scrapped that because we found it was too annoying and too harsh on the ears for the audience.
Yeah, we decided to get rid of that for those reasons exactly, and we wanted it to kind of be more clear that time was passing slowly. So by doing this, we used the sound of the bells dinging and we slowed it down for the FEM scene. For the first scene, it's continue, you can hear it's quite slow, and then for the next scene for Reggae Jazz, it's a little bit faster, and then for Jaffa and Kish scene, it is a tiny bit faster as well. But for the fourth scene with VJ and Wolfie, in the last part, it doesn't say time passes slowly. So with this, it just goes straight into 5 AM. So with the alarm song that we had for the start of each scene, we changed it and extended it so when they are getting changed on stage, we had it going across for 5 AM continuously, and then it would stop when everyone is changed, and then they'll go and deliver their lines from there. And that's where we changed that alarm sound.
Yeah, in the final scene, we also changed it so instead of the alarm playing as they say the time and their ages, we had the alarm playing just before they said their time and their ages, just so it was clear that the audience can hear everything that they're saying, because we found that sometimes the loud was slightly too loud and they couldn't hear all of the cast members. We also changed some of the alarms at the end to try and make them all different, just so they know that they are growing up and they are getting different alarm clocks as they grow older, because you don't keep the same alarm clock throughout your entire life.
Yeah, that is one of the reasons as well. Like, what I thought we could develop with this was to have like a significant alarm for each age when they get older. But what we couldn't get is like a alarm that suited the ages. Some of the alarms I felt wasn't as like significant as others for when they got older. Like some of them were kind of lively for when they're 70, when they should be maybe more, down and kind of old and like rigid. That is what I tried to aim to do. But if I had more time in future, I would try to aim to kind of have more like the what's the words?
More significant.
Like kind of like one that kind of relates to it more than one just being thrown in there, for example, which I felt we kind of did together. But if we had more time, we'd work on that as well.
Another thing was that the final bell, the last bell that plays, is the same speed as the very first bell that plays. We did this to kind of bring it back to when you are much younger, time feels like it's dragging on, feeling forever. And then everything in between, a lot of things are happening and it feels going really fast. But then we noticed in the final scenes that not a lot was happening, and it might have had the same feeling that time was once again moving slowly in their final years. So we used the same speed at the very first bell because we were noticing that it felt that everything was going slowly again.
I think we've covered everything.
Which are the main discussion points. I think if we had more time, we definitely would have tried to find better alarms that were suited that much better. I think that was the one big.
Did you guys work together collaboratively? Did you get the chance to work together collaboratively on this?
Yeah, we did. We discussed a lot of points together. It was us working with the visiting director. Most of the communication was from me to the director to him to the director to me, but there were some moments where we did have a conversation.
About things you wanted to include together, things you wanted to work well with, kind of things that we could think could have like a great effect on certain things. But we took the same role but did two separate parts of it. So I would go ahead and try create a sound, or he'll help me give sounds, and then he'll do the same, vice versa. So we focused all on the sound but did different parts of it, which it worked well together.
Did you work with any other areas in the college to help support you with the development of your of the sound effects and the projection and things? Did you access any other areas of the college to help you with that?
The projection, yeah, we did with media. We worked with the media group to help give us projection for our show, and to also kind of help give like guidance for sound we could use and make sure that this was clear enough for like what they thought could be introduced, especially for projection. We had a media student that helped create it for us, which we used, and you can see throughout the play as cracks slowly start to create into the photos, and by the end of the scene all the cracks are covered, and it's like all of our basically that end of the road for all of our characters in the end, which was I think worked well throughout the show.
Is there anything you do differently?
Same with projection. I'd like to be more smoother, because we both noticed this, but we didn't have enough time unfortunately. But the cracks were quite harsh. They suddenly came on screen instead of slowly dispersing. That's one thing. Also with the sounds, I think different sounds at the final scene. I think that's the major point. If we had more time.
To add on the projection, I think maybe with the projection we could have maybe instead of having cracks have something like instead of having pictures of us as well, maybe have like a symbol of like a flower or rose petal, like it falling slowly, like one by one, like you see a petal fall, and when it gets to 90 there's one like stem or leaf on it and it just falls off.
Experimented with different things. We didn't really have much time to experiment with the projection.
And with the sound as well, like if we had more time we'd love to go in and then develop it and experiment these different types of sounds that we could create, which made the show 10 times better than it could have been.
Thank you.